What's up, what's up, what's up, fight fans? What up? Alright, I'm kind of stupid like that. Sorry, everybody. Sorry I had to get stupid with you. But, I don't know. It's just kind of how I am. It's my personality. And I just figure I'll be a little honest with y'all and not be so professional. Though, I am a professional fighter. And that is why my opinion matters more to me than the rest of y'all. Not hating. Like I said before in all my other videos, I appreciate any feedback, and if you talk to me, I'll talk back, and all that good stuff. I am not, above any of that stuff, and I'm aware I'm not always right. I'm not stupid. Don't get me wrong. I do not feel that just because it's how I think, that's how everybody else should think. But most people who don't box don't really know much about boxing. Now, sorry, that was a quick 1 piece, 1 minute to get on into it. Jump in my little rocking chair, my man cave now. Ugh. Alright. So, how do I feel after watching the Mayweather fight? Like 4 times? Okay. My professional opinion, I scored it about 115, 114 Mayweather. But anyone who says it was a draw, anyone who says they scored it a draw, you get no arguments from me. You don't. That's just, I understand. A lot of people say, ineffective aggression, whatever. Now, the way I look at it is, in life sometimes, and in fighting sometimes, you do things to win a battle, but in the long run, you're trying to win the war. I counted 6, or like I said, about 6 rounds that I could say Mayweather won. But the reason why it's 115, 114 because I feel like there was a round that was a draw. And since nobody actually won that round, I can only say there's 5 rounds in my head that Maidana actually won. And one was like about a draw. That's why I respect Paulie Malignaggi and Al Bernstein for their scorecards, because it was just, in my opinion, the best scorecards. For all these people out there with these 117, 111s, 116, no. I mean, I'm a Mayweather fan, but I'm a man about fairness, and I'm a man of the people first. Like, I mean, dog, like, I fought, 12, 13 days ago, whatever. Thank God the judges were fair, and the judges kept it real. I mean, because you can go into a place, like, I got 2 draws on my record where you go into these guys' hometown, you beat them up, you let them kind of sort of get 1 round, and then you beat them up, and the judges are like, oh, look like a draw to me. You're like, really? So I come from the B side. For those who don't know much about boxing, I come from the B side, fighting on the B side. I've yet to fight on the A side. Mayweather knows what it's about, because Mayweather was saying it at the glove conference, the glove little incident when they were discussing the gloves. He said, "Look, dog, I know we the A side, and I know you the B side. Mayweather has been on the A side majority of his career, but Mayweather has been on the B side before. Mayweather knows what it's like to be on the B side. He was probably on the B side for the Gotti fight. He was on the B side for the De La Hoya fight, and he, like, for his title shot versus why can't I remember his name right? Gennaro Hernandez, I think. He's probably on the B side for that. Like, he understands what it is to be on the A side and the B side. So for a lot of people who don't know what it is when he's talking about that, the A side usually gets all the perks. They're expected to win. The judges are looking at them to win. The referees looking their way to pull it out. The referee's not going to do an early stoppage on the A side. Like, all these things are leaning for the A side. So the B side has to win convincingly, without a shadow of a doubt, or knock a person out clean in order to get a fair shake, what people would say, a fair shake at the fight and in the fight. And you know, in my opinion, I think that it could have been a draw. It was 115, 114, but if you scored a draw, you have no arguments for me. I feel like now all this like a little propaganda showing these little highlights where Mayweather slipped the punch and caught him with a counter and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's cool. But be honest. I mean, I know Mayweather might never let me in the money team for saying this. I done canceled my TMT chances. And I've been a fan for over 10 years. And I've been religiously always looking at how Mayweather dominates everybody. I expected Mayweather to possibly stop him. I expected Mayweather to be like, look, you did this to Adrian Broner, but boom, it's the 10th round, it's the 11th round, it's the 12th round. I'm going to make you pay. Like, I'm going to whoop yo, you know what, ASS. But to me, it seemed like Maidana won the 11th round. And Mayweather just eked out the 12th round and didn't try. Like, actually, that kind of sort of hurt my feelings. I know Mayweather might be going through a lot emotionally and mentally, and a lot of people don't understand that plays a part in where you are. I mean, where you are mentally affects your performance in everything you do in life. So if you're mentally not all there, I mean, to me, I understand that Mayweather didn't perform at his best and perform the way he should have performed. I think if Mayweather comes back and has a rematch, which I would pay to see, and I think everybody in their right mind would pay to see, I think Maidana should get more money next time because he earned it and deserves it. And Mayweather knows what it's like to be a B-side. So I mean, I suggest you be fair. But I think Mayweather being in a better mental state, better position as far as his entire life, and getting ready for the fight. I think Mayweather can take more chances and prove that he's as great as he says he is. The best ever, the best of our era. I mean, maybe. I think as far as boxing goes, yeah, he's probably the best boxer you will find. But in a boxing ring, it's not all about your ability to technically box. Sometimes being tough and unorthodox will win you a fight. I mean, throwing punches and bunches can win you a fight. You know what I mean? Being slick and tricky might win you a fight. Being real defensive can win you a fight. There's a lot of different things to boxing, and you know, I don't listen to a lot of people's opinions when they say this or that or whatever. Like I said, I've been a Mayweather fan almost since I put on the gloves. I remember when my son was first born, I would sit him on my lap and we would sit there and watch Mayweather fights. We would go through all of Mayweather's fights, and we sat there and just analyzed, and he watched, and he, you know, it was fun. But that to me, like, Mayweather has been a very, very big influence in my boxing career. So I don't never say that I don't have all the respect in the world for Mayweather. But I'm a grown-ass man, and I don't go for bullshit. So I personally don't feel like looking at all these highlights of how Mayweather hit him clean and all this kind of stuff. Dog, I saw it. I scored the rounds for him when he won. But he was not that aggressive. He did not walk Maidana down. Even when he caught Maidana, he didn't continue to beat him. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times you hit a person, you get him hurt. Maidana didn't show the respect. I feel like Maidana really came in the fight to win. I feel like in the 12th round, when Mayweather should have made a statement, because he didn't win the 11th round, in my opinion, when he should have made a statement, and I think probably could have or would have or whatever, I don't feel like he tried to win. I feel like he did just enough to, you know, kind of get that on points. And I don't know, like, I'm not a Mayweather hater. I never ever been, never will be. But I just keep it real, and I feel like that man Maidana deserves a rematch. He should get it. I mean, I think it'll be a bigger pay-per-view than it was this time, because if people knew the kind of fight they were going to get to see, I think way more people would have tuned in. Everybody's been waiting for the Pacquiao fight. I think Pacquiao would be an easier fight for Mayweather, honestly. That's how I feel. Pacquiao don't fight like that. Pacquiao ain't built like that. Pacquiao take a real shot. Pacquiao back the fuck up. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, everybody's a human being, dog. But That man came to win. That man came to win. Mayweather did just enough with the counters and the boom boom and the 1-2s. But I mean, I just watched my man Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler again. And dog, even if you fighting like that, even if you holding and hitting and sliding and backing up and blocking and countering and all that kind of stuff, yo, there's a way to make a person pay while you're doing it. There's a way to make it look good. There's a way to win convincingly while you're doing it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? There's a way to do it. And in my opinion, Mayweather just didn't do it. Mayweather didn't come to win. Mayweather just like went through the motions, in my opinion. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? And if I ever get to speak to Mayweather about it and he wanted to let me know what's on his mind or he got some shit to say about it, whatever. It's cool. I'm open to anything. You know what I mean? I'm not a hater and I'm not afraid of nobody. But at the end of the day, I feel like he did just barely enough. And I feel like maybe emotionally he just didn't have it in him to, go hard like that. You know what I mean? He probably didn't expect it to be such a hard fight. You know what I mean? So I say give him the rematch. Matter of fact, even when Mayweather was up there talking about, we can go back and we can go do this right now. Like, we can go, nigga, please. Mayweather, everybody know you don't get in the ring until millions is on the line. I mean, aside from sparring and all that shit, like, he was just doing that for y'all. He was just doing that for the fans, for the people, just to be funny, just to be humor, just to humor you. You know what I mean? But on some real, I think the next fight will be worth way more money. I mean, all you got to do is show the replay of the fight and do highlights and all kind of stuff and whatever. People would pay to see this. I would pay to see it. I'll throw a fight party myself. I helped promote the damn fight myself. It was a fight that people did not expect to see. People did not expect Maidana, which I think is just, I think that's people's fault. Most fight fans should understand. Anybody who comes up and upsets people time after time after time after time is worthy of consideration when you talked about them in an A fighter, a B fighter, a top tier level fighter. Maidana is a fighter. And he can fight people. He can fight with the best of them. And he is always going to make it a fight because he's a fighter. A real, for real. Probably the best of his country. Probably in the top 3 of his country if, they have other weight classes or whatever the case is. But he's a beast, dog. And he deserves the credit and he deserves a rematch. But other than that, man, you can subscribe to me, your boy Lucky, a.k.a. Loverboy, a.k.a. The Lucky 13, a.k.a. Mr. Swag, a.k.a. Then I got a few of them, a.k.a. The Heartbreak Kid, a.k.a. a lot of stuff, man. At the end of the day, Lekan, you know who I am. You can check out my next fight. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. Shout out to Jules. Shout out to who else? Oh man, let me give some shout outs to people who I think deserve some respect that people don't pay enough attention to. George Groves, Carl Froch, for those who aren't big into the UK scene, that is going to be a big fight. That should be a good fight. That is apparently supposed to break records over there in the UK. So if you're not paying attention to it, pay attention to it. Carl Froch, George Groves, big things over there. I wish I was over there to see it. It's over there in Wembley Stadium. It's huge, dog. Anyway, watch part 1 if you haven't seen it yet. Carl Groves, George Groves, Carl Froch, part 1. Big fight. Good fight. Early stoppage, premature stoppage, but good fight. Dang. Mike Seals. Mike Canahan Seals. That right there, that is my mentor. He is a beast. He's a monster. He's probably like 19-0 right now. Probably like 14 knockouts or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me. But he's a beast. Check him out. Follow him. He's the truth. For real. Dang. Kareem Hard Hitter Mayfield. I reached out to him. He ain't say nothing back. It's not, no love lost. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, he's a beast. check on him. He's a beast. He deserves a shot at the world title. Honestly, I feel like him versus Pacquiao, him versus Mayweather, him versus anybody, it'll be a fight, dog. The dude can fight. You know what I mean? He has some haters, but that's what I say to them. There you go. Who else? I mean, I got a few people. There's a lot of fighters out there that I like. At the end of the day, I want people to understand. Oh, not Kell Brooks. Ooh, Kell Brooks, you're cool peoples. Nothing against you, but that's not who I was looking at. The fight that I want to see right now, the Sergio Martinez Cotto fight. I'm gonna watch that. Dang, there's a few other stuff, but I don't take up enough of your time, man. Holla at me. The name Lucky LB 13 on Instagram, Lekan Byfield on Facebook, at Lucky LB on Twitter, and Scoop Dizzle Senior on YouTube. Subscribe. I'm always going to tell you the truth. I'm always going to keep it real. I'm always going to keep it 1,000 with you. Your boy Lucky, the lover boy.